Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's excellent to have you here as always, and thank you for watching. Today we're going to do our best to get a high score on the ATF's worksheet on factoring criteria for a rifle barrel weapons. Who wrote this? So like somebody's teacher gave out way too many opportunities for extra credit because this thing is just absolutely ridiculous. Before we get there though, we have some unrelated news that I absolutely have to cover. Guys, I've heard you. I've gotten the hundreds of messages about the accidental shooting here in Ohio at a shooting range. Apparently somebody was doing a little bit of a hot brass dance in their shirt and cooked one off. One, my comments are, that's bad. And two, I would like to do a video about how to deal with hot brass. One, how to mitigate it happening. And then two, what to do when you get it, because it's going to happen. Because this is a totally preventable situation. However, that's going to require me to get burned by a gratuitous amount of hot brass in a video. So if this video gets 10,000 likes on it, then I will go out and get burned by a quantity of hot brass. Now's your opportunity. Just got to click a button. Now the impetus for the idiocy that is going to be today's video is that the comment period on this thing in particular is almost up, and also the reclassifying of receiver thing is also up. So links in the description box down below for both of those things. Make sure that you take a few minutes out of your time to be respectful, go over to the Federal Register and leave a comment on both of those things saying that basically the feds are being idiots and that they shouldn't do this. Say it nicely though, not like that. For today's prop, we're going to be using this guy, and this one is actually pretty special. So you guys have seen the Occam Defense ODS 1775 before. We did a 5,000 round test on that sucker. This is one of the original prototype pistol builds from Occam Defense. We're going to do our best to get a high score. Now, I don't know how I'm going to have this edited. I'm probably just going to throw it up over here on the side of the screen, but I'm going to use this as my prop here because there's no way that I'm memorizing this. This is absolute garbage. So section 1, prerequisites, as in before you do anything else to it, the weapon must weigh at least 64 ounces. That's a check, and that is, of course, weighed, damn it, with the magazine. So as I was trying to say, weigh it with the magazine, unloaded, with all the accessories removed. You keep the accessories removed for the next one, which is got to be between 12 and 26 inches. Yep, we meet the criteria, boys and girls, so we are in. Moving on to section 2, accessory characteristics. And for that, we're going to be using this guy right here. This is called the Razor Strut, also an Occam product. So accessory design, subcategory 1. So if I was really trying to stretch here, I would say that the concept of a strut like this has been done on the SIG MCX previously, made of aluminum, all that sort of stuff. However, this is not based on that design. Moving on to the rear surface area. I feel like whoever wrote this should probably get some extra credit for that one. Device incorporates features to prevent use as a shouldering device. No. Rear surface area useful for shouldering the firearm. Subject to interpretation. Again, guys, with all this, you have to remember, you can't think normally. You gotta think about using this thing, which I wouldn't be in any other circumstances. But if I was a authoritarian, freedom-hating communist that doesn't like guns, then that's how I would think about it. Guys, we're gonna lose some points. Adjustability. Stabilizing support. I'm feeling like we're going with a counterbalance design here. This is like a sick game. So like if we continue to look at this, section 2 score achieved. Section 2 must score less than 4 points in order to proceed to section 3. Not that it would matter anyway, because we're going for the highest score here, guys and gals. So on to section 3. Length of pull. Boys and girls, to get the high score on this one, we didn't even have to do any ATF measuring. You guys have seen that, right? The dude that tried to measure the length of pull like it was a hypotenuse. Dude clearly failed 7th grade geometry class. I want to see that dude build a house. On to attachment method. Standard AR type pistol buffer tube, 6.5 inches. So do you guys remember like back to the early 2000s when they had like the smooth buffer tube, that thing, you know, everybody was like, yeah, it's safe, you know, all that sort of stuff. Use that thing. 0 points. So you get 0 points for that thing. But you only get 1 point if you use an adjustable rifle buffer tube. I feel cheated. Now the rest of this section, actually the whole thing really, is just a whole bunch of gobbledygook that don't make no sense. But I think that we're going to land solidly in the inclusion of a folding adapter extending length of pull. Remember, you have to be able to use this in an effective manner, you have to think like an irrational person. You ever repeat something over and over and over again until it becomes the truth? Stabilizing brace modification / configuration. So that whole, hey, don't remove this arm strap thing, and don't remove that thing, don't modify that thing, or you might be running afoul. Right here. Said it enough times, guys, that it became a thing, and somebody distilled that down into this asinine document. I think we're going to live right here at the fin type lacking an arm strap. On to peripheral accessories, and some of these just absolutely get me. However, we've got a hand stop, rifle type sights, or no sights, get the same score regardless, a scope, bipod, and over 120 ounces. According to my public education math, and of course this could be wrong, I should probably check this with a calculator, but I'm not going to, I think that I have a score of 21. Have you done any better? Guys, this is absolutely ridiculous. You have to go over and leave a comment on the Federal Register on this and the receiver thing. Now, I checked the Federal Register before I came down here to film this, and I have to admit that I am fairly disappointed in y'all. I know it's not all of you, but a lot of you have not gone over and left comments on the Federal Register on either of the two. Because there's only 120,000 comments on that thing. There are millions upon millions of people that are going to be impacted by this if this gets rammed through. We have fixed things like this in the past by being active. And so far as I can see, not a lot of y'all been active. Guys and gals, you can't just sit there and wait for people like the NRA to go do stuff, because the NRA gave us this. This is the whole mechanism by which the bump stock ban happened, and this is the whole mechanism that they're going to continue to go with. Yeah, we can do it as long as not a lot of people say anything about it. Well, not a lot of people are saying a lot about this. Now, I will say this, a silver lining is if you look at anything else that is on the Federal Register, there are no comments on anything. Nobody ever uses that website for anything other than apparently this. Like the next ones down have like 20 comments on them. We are doing some good work. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the people who are doing the work are few and far between compared to the rest of the population. So please go over. Links in the description box down below. No sponsor for today's video, because this is important. And if you're one of those people that is just going to be like, I'm not doing that because they never listen to me, shut up. Continue to sit on your mom's basement couch, stuffing Cheetos in your face and jerking it to Japanese cartoons. Because we all know that you're just too lazy to do it. We know that it works. We have gotten things stopped in the past by this mechanism. It absolutely does work. You can do it. Apply the pressure. It takes 5 minutes. Put down the sticks and type. You don't even have to go to a computer. You could do it on your phone. I don't know what is wrong with people. I just don't get it.